So I'm back out on the C-Ray, and I just was going to post a quick video of some parts I was looking for. This, when I got it, it had this plate that was on here bolted in from the back side. So I got that and got it all unbolted underneath there. So I pulled that all off. Of course, I just had that. Let me set that plate down. So get it off there. Of course, this is what I've got. I've got the 2/4 ones here. So I need to find another 3/4 sign, whatever you want to call it, that's there. And then I also need to find the plate or whatever that goes over this. Now, I don't know if there's too much I can really do about the extra holes that they've had in it, but I'd like to at least find the pieces that went over top of here for your coin drops on the top side. Now, it doesn't really matter much on the inside. There's nothing left on there except for the slots and stuff that you've got on that side of it. So I'm just really, right now, I'm more worried about just completing the front of the coin door than anything, making it look more complete to actually get these parts put back in. So if you happen to know where I might can find some, let me know in the comments section, or I would very much appreciate it. So this on there. Kind of at a stop right now on working on some of these score reels. Got them that's here. Let me turn this light on. But as I got into them, started taking them apart, started seeing how these are coil sleeves is kind of sticking a little bit in there. And so I can see that causing me problems later on in the future. You can see that arm not wanting to go all the way up, really. Kind of sticks occasionally. There you go. See, it's sticking there now. So I need to I'm going to order some coil sleeves and stuff, because while I'm going in cleaning this, you can see I've got these all cleaned out down inside of there. Got to put a pin back on this one that I'd lost. But just FYI, in the future, if you've got a Harbor Freight around, went and looked, they have this 300 count set of E-clips that you can get there. I think they're about $8 or $9, and it goes all the way from a 16th, of course, all the way up to a 7/8. But it should have one all here to plenty to come back on any that you might drop, which I did. I have no idea where that one went. So we'll stop it on that just in case I needed some more clips. If I happen to lose some more along the way, I try not to, but you know, I think it's just kind of inevitable at times. It's going to happen. But just for future reference, at $9 that are there. Thanks to Mark over at Mark's Basement Arcade. Talked to him some on there. He said these will work perfectly fine. I figured they would, but he's got a lot more experience with these EMs than I do, so just wanted to ask him. So I need to come back in and put that one back on, right on that post right there, to secure it down the rest of the way. But as you can see, kind of got a couple of these already cleaned up. Reels are looking much better that I've done. But like I said, I just stopped here just because on some of these, this one hasn't been doing too bad, but figured while I'm in here redoing all this stuff, I might as well replace all of those coil sleeves. See, so I'm getting some on that one as well. So now I know when I turned it on, they went back and they worked perfectly fine when it was powered through. But figure while I'm in there cleaning all that stuff, might as well go ahead and replace all of those coil sleeves as well to make sure I don't have problems out in the future. You see, I haven't got to this one yet. You can kind of see the big difference in between them. These look just as bad before I started, but as of right now, let me see where we're at. Of course, the one thing that I'm gonna have to, another thing, not just one thing, the other thing I've got to come back through is, of course, need to triple thick that glass where it's come across in some spots and the red and stuff is missing. But I want to get ahead of myself. But you can look at where those are, and it gives you kind of a, so I can get the camera in there. It kind of gives you a good look of kind of how they were looking before I started cleaning them up and going back through them. So obviously they needed some attention. So go back through and get those done. We got these cleaned up really well. I got all the white junk and stuff that was on the Jones plugs, connectors there. So with that, then got to come back here and manage out some of these wires and stuff when putting the score reel back in. So Need to come back and get those, some heat shrink or something on those to protect those wires for the credit reel. But several things left to do, but that's kind of just where I'm at right now. If I can do this one-handed. Get these fall back in there for now where they're not hanging down. Yeah, get those pop back in there. Get in there. There we go, buddy. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. So I've got to make some. We'll make an order next day or two, and get some of those coil sleeves coming. Decided also. Well, you probably might see better without the light on this one. Well, I'm going to go ahead and replace all these posts as well. Probably just going to go back with some clear star posts. So I might as well order some of those while I'm doing it. Just kind of look at there and see if there's anything other little small stuff like that I need to go ahead and order. Then I'm going to need a little bit to save me some time down the road, but got that going. Was doing some testing too on some of the for the legs, and like saw in the earlier videos where I got the legs all down and got them prepared. So I'm kind of lay that up if it'll stay for me. Yeah. So, if you can see that this is kind of, I think, the color that I'm going to go with on the cabinet here. It's pretty close. It's not exactly perfect with the orange that's on the cabinet and the orange specks that are all throughout there. But I believe I'm going to go, this is the color I'm going to go with. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, you can kind of see it right there. You can see the metallic and stuff that goes over top of it. And so this is the process I'm going to use. Like I said, this is just kind of a test color. I had that color, then I had this color as well. Like I said, just a quick spray, a piece of metal that I had laying around just to test some oranges out to see how I like them. I think they're going to look pretty good on there. I know some people won't like them, the purists, different people like that, but that's all right. If they want to change it, if I get rid of it ever, they can always buy a regular plain legs and redo it. But it's going to show off a little bit in this paint. I don't know if you can see the metallics that are all throughout that paint that you've got there. So how I got that is, and the color stuff that I'm using, I've used this stuff in the past. So the colors I'm looking at on this one's going to be a gloss popsicle orange from Krylon. But then what gives it all that metallically look through there is this clear effects from Duplicolor. I found it, just pick it up at it was a little cheaper to get it at AutoZone than it was to get it at Advanced or any place else. About $5 cheaper at AutoZone. It's about $19 a can, so it's a little expensive, but it lays down really well. And like I said, I've used it in the past several times when I just wanted to get that metallic effect to go over top. Whenever it's not too crazy, but when the light hits it, you can see it kind of make that little shimmer and that little effect there. And then also going to come back after that, and then I'll clear it over with the 1K clear from Duplicolor as well. I've used this a lot. This is a high gloss, so they're going to be, the legs will be high gloss and be orange. So as you can see, got all those finished up. I'm getting the wire brush going. So those are all finished up, ready to go, ready to take paint. So we need to hit those primer paint. Now that's primer and paint in one. I'm not really usually too crazy about that. I might come back and primer it anyway, but give it a shot and see how it does. But I usually like to prime it first and then paint it. I know that's in there already, but the main reason that I got that color was that was the closest one I could find basically to match the orange that's on the cabinet that's out here and readily available. We're just going to show a little bit of that stuff there too, and just show off once again, show you that color that you get in there and the effect that you get from that clear effect. So good thing I like about this 1K clear as well, of course you got your UV protection and all that, but it's a scratch resistant, so it's a pretty strong paint, clear coat, and has a good gloss finish that's on there, so it'll help protect that color. And I'm going to lay this down and then I'll lay this over top of it, so if it does get bumped, things are, as you put them on, things like that, you're not just going to get directly into the orange. You're really going to have to get into it to to gash it down deep enough to get into the orange paint that's there. So that kind of added a little extra layers of protection along with the gloss that's there. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I've been on vacation for a few days, just getting back. So I'll be starting back on everything, but just wanted to give a quick update on where everything is at this moment. And the way that we're looking like we're going. So get some parts ordered up, and maybe the weather cooperates. Maybe I can get these legs done this week. That's kind of on the plan. I'd like to get them knocked out. That way they have plenty of time to cure before I go trying to stick them onto the game. So get that going. Order some coil sleeves for this. Order some posts for the play field. And that's just kind of where we're at. So that way we may start making some more progress on this little project and get it going. I was piddling around also the other night. Of course, this was bare wood at one time. This doesn't match perfect. You can kind of see where this is just so dirty and things. I was just kind of piddling, putting some paint down on top of it before I had to repaint it anyway. So that was more just using that as kind of a primer coat, really, to kind of bring it up and smooth it out, give me a little something to sand, make it a little smoother in those areas that we need. Picked up some of these acid brushes. I like having those as well. Help clean off some of that dirt and dust that's down in those corners, and used them on the legs, used them on these reels, used them on several things. Just some quick, easy stuff to use to get in there when you're doing some of this cleaning. But that's where we're at right now. So, like I said, once again, if you happen to know where to get parts for this coin door, please let me know down in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. Or you can reach out to me on Pinside under Demon Style, DEMONSTYL. Well, thanks for watching, and see you soon.